joining me again for another week of our Travel Tip Tuesday. Now, I asked you guys last week if there were any things that you wanted to know more about, and so many of you guys came back saying, we need to know how to find the best deals on flights. And you guys, trust me, I hear you on that one. So that is exactly what we're talking about today. With 7 people in our family, I totally understand how much savings can come by knowing how to get the best deals on flights. Okay guys, I'm here to show you how we've been able to travel all over the world on a pretty modest budget. We're doing this for pretty cheap. And because we've been able to save a lot of money on our flights, we've been able to travel longer, travel better, and do cooler things. So I hope that these tips that I'm going to share with you today are going to help you do the same and save a lot of money on your trips. Okay, my first tip to help you save money on your flights is to be flexible. Now, obviously, when our family is traveling all over the world, where my husband can work from anywhere, we're homeschooling our kids, we have a lot of flexibility. We would just look at where the cheapest place to fly was within a certain window. And we'd say, okay, these 3 places are the cheapest to fly to. Which one sounds the best? And we would pick where to go based on that. So if you can be flexible in where you go, also if you can be flexible on when you go, you are going to get the best deals. Obviously that doesn't work for anyone, but if you can find a way to be more flexible, you are going to just save a ton of money. Obviously, always traveling at Christmas or spring break time or summer holidays are going to be the most expensive times to go. So see what you can do to work within that, and you'll save a lot. My favorite resources, though, to find cheap flights, to find the best deals on where we can travel pretty much anywhere, are Skyscanner and Kayak. Now on Skyscanner, there's an option where you can you can say, I'm leaving from this city and I want to go everywhere. And you can say, tell me what the cheapest times to fly anywhere are, like anytime during the year. Or you can say, tell me what the cheapest flights are anywhere during this month. And you can even actually say specific dates, but we usually do a month because you get a better deal. So test that one out. You're going to find some really cool things. It's probably going to make you want to book a trip like as soon as you do it. Actually, every time I go, I'm like, oh my gosh, we could book a trip right here. So that's really cool. Also, Kayak has a really cool one. It's on a map feature, very similar. You can just say, I'm leaving from here and I want to go. I'm flexible. It's called the Kayak Explorer. So check that out. You're going to find some pretty good deals on that one as well. Another thing I really recommend if you are a little bit more fixed in your things, but want to find some really good deals, are to check out the Secret Flying website. I don't know how they do it, but those guys find some pretty killer deals. Make sure to look at that. You're going to be really impressed, and you're probably going to be a little bit hooked on their website as well and checking back all the time. Also, Scott's Cheap Flights. They have a free version, which is okay, but the paid service is really good. They'll email you like what the really good flight deals are leaving from certain airports that you're looking to depart from. So that's a great resource as well. Now, once you have a specific destination determined, like, okay, I found that it's really cheap from where we're at to go to Puerto Rico. I head over to Google Flights. Google Flights is my go-to search engine because it's the best way that I found to get the best deals on nailing down dates and to really kind of play with your date windows to see if I leave on this date, it's this price. But if I leave on this other date, I can save like $50 a ticket if we kind of play with our dates a little bit this way. So Google Flights is my favorite, but also because there's so many of us and just saving, $15, $20 on a ticket adds up really quick. I usually always check back with Kayak and I check with Momondo to see if there are any better deals. It takes me like less than 5 minutes, but I double check that before we book. Another way to save a ton of money on your flights is to play around with where you depart and arrive to, even if you have a specific destination. For example, last night, after the kids went to bed, I was like, okay, I really feel like I need to book a trip right now. And I was looking for flights. We're flying out of Salt Lake City. I was looking for flights to Amsterdam, or I was playing on Kayak Explorer, could find some cheap flights over to Amsterdam. And I was like, okay, I know that I can get really, really cheap flights from Salt Lake to both Las Vegas and to Denver. Like super cheap flights. We're looking at like $60 round trip, okay? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do the same search with Salt Lake, Denver, and Las Vegas. From Denver to Amsterdam, I could get there in March for $330. $330 round trip, you guys. I don't know why I didn't book it, but anyway, super great deal. I'm like, okay, well, let's just see what it is from Salt Lake. $798. Okay, a little bit of flexibility right there, and I'm saving a massive amount of money. I'm saving $400 a ticket times 7 tickets. Guys, that is so much money. I could save thousands of dollars just by adding a little bit of time to my trip and flying out of Denver. So try that, play around with airports that are close to you. The other trick that we use a lot to save a ton of money is we figure out what the cheapest place to fly into a continent is. So we've been scouting out for a while, heading back over to Southeast Asia. The cheapest place that we can fly to from Salt Lake, and actually it's pretty similar from, with Denver and Vegas and a lot of the other airports around, is we can get tickets from Salt Lake to Manila, Philippines for about $400. Really good deal, okay? However, we're like, okay, in that same time window, we want to go back to Thailand. Like, how much is it going to cost us to fly to Bangkok? It was $900 to fly to Bangkok. Well, luckily, we know that there are all these just little regional carriers, and we can get a round trip ticket from Manila to Bangkok for like $70. So, why would we pay $900 to fly into Bangkok when we can pay $470, fly to Manila, and we actually love the Philippines. We could spend a little bit of time in the Philippines, hop around some of the islands right there, have a good time, and then head over to Bangkok and then do our flight to Thailand, and we're getting it for like half the price. So play around with those things, okay? If you're wanting to head over to Europe, look at the great flight. There's almost always great flight deals into Amsterdam and to London, and then like take a Ryanair flight for like $25-30 over to where your destination is, and you're going to save a ton of money. However, one thing to be aware of is look at the fine print. Make sure that, see what they're charging you for. We have had tickets charges for like on anything from like carry-on baggage to checked baggage to pretty much everything you can imagine. They would charge us to take a lap infant. They would charge us to take like a diaper bag. One airline even charged us to book our flight. Like it was like $30 to book each ticket. It's crazy. So look at that fine print because they can really nail you there, or you can save a lot of money on an airline that includes a lot of things. So before you book, kind of make sure that you know what's included with that. I'm also creating a free PDF that has all these things on it. So if you guys, because I know that so many people have asked me for this over and over and over again. So if you want this information, I'm going to put the link out there. Somehow I'll attach it to this. I'm not sure how I'll do that. But I will put the link there so that you can have it, so that you can kind of just keep checking back, referring to this resource. So anytime you need to save money on your flights, you can just take a look at that. The whole reason we created this is because we want to help you save money, because we know the more money you can save, the longer you can travel, the more often you can travel, and it just makes everything better. Really, who doesn't like saving money? I love saving money. So hope this has been helpful for you. The whole reason we created this series is because we wish that we knew all these things that we're sharing with you when we started out traveling with our family. We would have saved thousands of dollars. We would have saved so much time, effort, energy, frustration, yelling, headaches, all of that. We would have just been able to travel better. So that's why we created this for you. So we hope that you can join us next week. Remember, every Tuesday we're going to have a new travel tip video. Every Friday we have an adventure tip video, all with the goal of helping you to be able to travel and enjoy your family memories better together. Happy travels!